Good. Are we on? I guess we are. Who's to say? Are any of us really on? Are we all on? And we need to be off sometimes. And this is where I come when I need to shut off. Here I am live from a cabin for some reason. Look at this, bare rugs behind me. If you're listening in Spaces, you're really missing out, which does nothing for the appeal of Spaces. Let me see if I can block this light here. That's better. And wood, the smell of pine. If you're all listening in there, there's a bear rug. It's bear themed. It's little things with bears on them. Whoa, bear. There's a little lamp with bears roasting marshmallows. Adorable. Big pines. I feel like I am someone who owns a Bass Pro. Do you know what I'm saying? And then the store closes and I come here to just think about all I've achieved. Why am I here? I'm working on a novel. I'm trying to finish it. And it's a good place to just get away and reflect and listen to the things I love most, nature. Look at how high these ceilings are. I guess they're vaulted. Is this what vaulted means? It just means high ceilings. They're vaulted ceilings because they're so high. Somebody had to vault up there to hit the nails. I was looking at it. I go, I don't know. Maybe it's such a status symbol, the high ceiling. Is it really necessary? Do I prefer the high ceiling or does the low ceiling? I think the low ceiling makes me feel safer because there's less space for things to go wrong. Say something falls from the ceiling in a low ceiling place, probably won't hurt you, might ding you up a little. Here, the ceilings are so high, if a penny falls or something, it could kill you. Let's get a look at the underwear here. They're classic. They're an ash gray Calvin Klein little routine. I'm sure I think you've seen these before. It's not about what I'm wearing today. It's about where I am, and I'm in a cabin for some god awful reason. Let's talk to people. So, oh my God, yes. By the way, if you haven't already, I urge you to watch the latest AEW with the best friends, Chuck and Trent. They're incredibly weird. And the show is often weird. So it started weird and then just got worse from there. We talked about Sue, Trent's mom. We talked about Chuck's mom. I had questions about that. We talked about punctuation. And also at the very end, you'll see me as the most genuinely insulted I've ever been on camera. And Trent did that inadvertently. That's how sharp Trent is, that he's just swinging daggers and not realizing it. And I got stabbed. And it's, I'll get over it at some juncture, but go watch it. The link is in the description. It's all over Twitter, YouTube. You know the drill. Please go watch the damn show. Sire said, oh, yeah, and we discussed Buffalo wrestling legend, who's now deceased. He was a restaurant owner, too, Elio DiPaolo. Sire said, Elio DiPaolo's restaurant and Ringside Lounge are going to see a massive increase in reservations today. They owe you a special order of eggplant parmesan as thanks. So we talked about Elio DiPaolo. We kind of desecrated his memory a little, but we did mention the restaurant, and I hope this interview takes off so I can go there and maybe get a booth named after me or something, at least get some free appetizers. That would be great. Zoel said, good morning, everyone, especially to those who woke up this morning to find out they were randomly blocked on Twitter by Teddy Long. So, yeah, I don't know if last night, Teddy Long, longtime referee, longtime general manager, a longtime wrestling personality, which I guess is a mantle I've adopted. For some reason, he blocked literally everyone on Twitter, including me. I'm blocked. I don't know what I did. I was not following him. He was never following me. I don't think I did meet him once. Just a hello. I guess I blew that. And everyone's freaking out. They want to know why they're blocked. It's some blocking spree. He was either hacked or maybe he let someone else run his account and they've lost their mind. But actually, I know people who were blocked by Teddy years ago, way before this. So they're upset because they were, really personally blocked before all this. It's upsetting for them. And it's just, it's triggering bad times. Diadea say, good morning, everyone. I'm the chosen one who is not blocked by Teddy. Well, if you're blocking everybody pretty much, you got to wonder what the hell you've done to not be blocked by Teddy. Maybe you owe money or something. So Sierra wrote something and then she retracted the message. Oh, my God. Mikey said good morning. Vivian said good morning, everyone. I'm testing my Phileas Fogg scheduling abilities by sneaking in coffee time before driving deep into the Ozarks to meet a foster kitten. I'm sure that's where the normal, most docile, domesticated kittens are, in the Ozarks. Okay, Gamer said, well, hi, and well, hi to you. I also want to disclose I showed Jessamine Duke a game, and she'll be playing it at some juncture on her OK Gamer channel. That game is Trombone Champ, and you try to play the trombone, and there's wonderful public domain music on it, which you know I'm all about. What's your favorite genre of music? Public domain. And you get to play a trombone. It's a great time. You can't lose. You will lose constantly, and that's the fun of it. Vivian said, do we know why Teddy Long decided to go on a rampage? He's a wild man. Maybe this starts the Teddy Long redemption arc. Jessamine said, live from a cabin. How rugged of you. Hey, look, I grew a beard just for this occasion. And I'm going to go chop wood later. And what else do people do in the woods? Skip stones? No, there's like babbling brooks here. You can't skip in a brook. You're really only skipping a lake. Barely skipping a beach. I'm going to go vault some ceilings. So Sierra said, never mind. Mikey said he was set off by Trent's disrespect of Elio DiPaolo. That I was. Megan said, good morning, all. Diadea said, it's a beautiful cabin. Thank you. I had nothing to do with it. Christine said, hello. I think we should have used as many semicolons as possible today. It would be perfect tribute to today's Hey W. Yeah, Trent Beretta doesn't know what a semicolon is. I mean, he certainly found out in the course of the interview. Spoiler alert. Almighty Scorpion said, hi, everyone. Christine said, happy birthday, Sierra. It's Sierra's birthday. And I met her in Chicago. And I believe I'll be seeing her again in Detroit when I go there at the end of October for Old Wrestling. And before that, I'm going to be in Toronto for AEW when they come to doing the Wednesday and the Thursday. Will I be doing anything? I'm certainly be backstage having a Tootsie Pop or something. Okay, Gamer said, what's your novel about? It's a novel. It's kitschy in that sense, and it's about a girl in the big city, just trying to figure it out. Her name is Roberta, and she's raring to go, and it's an unnamed city in that sense. I called it Yorktown. But Yorktown City. And she's just trying to make it. Maybe she should be a wrestler or a comedian. She's not quite sure, or a writer, or she should do videos on YouTube. She's trying to figure it all out and piece it all together. It's an entirely original story. And, look out, world, here she comes. She's got that kind of attitude, and no one's going to stand in her way. And it's great. It's called York in the Road, because she has so many, there's so many avenues. I mean, I say it's called York in the Road, but I'm not done the novel. Sometimes I'm about 3 pages in. So these can take twists and turns. You don't know where they're going to end up. You don't know until I close it, until I say to my editor, who I've yet to get, we're done here. You really don't know what the book's going to be. Oh my God, it's so shiny here. Can I just, okay, that's better. Neil said, good morning. The ads were unskippable this morning, so say everything you just said in the first minute again. Whose cabin is this? Where are you? I'm working on a novel. It's just, I had to get away, and I'm so far away right now. There's nothing near me. And what else? Trent Gibson is from Greektown. Trent Beretta desecrated the memory of Elio DiPaolo on the latest episode of Hey W. And Teddy Long's blocking everybody. That's all you missed, Nails. Happy Human Adventure says, are you supposed to even wear underwear when you are in a cabin? You mentioned bears quite a bit. Is this your way of saying you would rather be bare naked for 1 week? Not here, because you get splinters, Well, some of it's finished. Maybe that would be fun to just lie down on the floor like that. But I like having everything in the same place, as close to my body as possible. Shanika said, good morning, everyone. It's been a minute. Indeed, it has, Shanika. I've lost my place already. Oh my God, I'm so far behind, and I have 2 requests. Sean Flagstaff say, jealous of that location. Well, don't be. You're seeing it right now. Mia said, happy birthday to me. Dramatic reading of Birthday Girl by Lizzo. Great. I'm happy to give her some more publicity. She really needs it. It would be really nice if she did something for me for a change. Sick of promoting these people. What do they give back? All right, dramatic reading. of a birthday girl. Okay. Is it your birthday girl? Because you looking like a present. Is it your birthday girl? Oh, whoa, it's on me, ladies. Go and get it if you want it. It's free, ladies. Feel good when you're rolling with me, don't it? We just had to believe on it. Glad we never worried about the shit they say. My biggest flex is that my team the same. I started from the bottom with my hose. Love y'all so fucking much. Don't mean to get emo. You know me and Patron, when you've been through the most, you got to do the most. So take it to the head and tuck your toes. Yeah, bitch, we about to go. Is it your birthday, girl? Because you are looking like a present. Is it your birthday, girl? Let's celebrate it. Is it your birthday, girl? Make-A-Wish 1111. Is it your birthday, girl? Let's celebrate it. Clap, clap, clap. Do it with no hands. Oh, I understand. She's talking about our ass cheeks. Brand new wig, we better change your plans. When we get together, we don't got no man. We don't want no man. We don't need no man. Hey, we can block these calls like all day. We ain't stalking nobody on a fake page. Better make way. Shit. That was Birthday Girl by Lizzo. Really, really subtle stuff. AKA Baldy's been a member for 5 months and just wrote Mauve Beret. Well, thank you so much. There I go, as I continue to block this out. Christine said, is that a Hudson's Bay blanket hanging off the balcony? To my knowledge, no. I don't think it is. They're just using those beautiful Trading Post colors. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Mia. Happy birthday to you. Ghost Forge is here. Vaulted ceilings and can lights. And who's more rustic than Ghost Forge, who made me, as I opened last week, the wonderful custom coffee scooper, which I did not bring with me. It's a domesticated one, as far as I'm concerned. And I hope you don't mind. But it would have been good here. Shit, I fucked that up. A said, a cabin in the woods? Yes. No, this is in the city. This is in Minneapolis. Mind Runner said, rest in peace, Elio DiPaolo. Absolutely. May he rest in peace. Megan said, writing a novel in a high-ceiling cabin in the woods? Horror movie stuff right there. Yes, and a woman's going to come. Kathy Bates is going to come and break my ankles. Dea said, this episode has to be one of my favorites. This or Hey W? I'm not sure. Sean said, Hey W was a joy. Almighty Scorpion said, the best friends were funny and wonderful. Ace said, Chuck Taylor is an imaginary grenade enthusiast. So am I. I don't like the real ones. They're too heavy. They're too unpredictable. Happy birthday to the birthday people. Yolanda said good morning. Ace said Teddy Long locked his account. Oh, Lord. See, now he's got people talking about him, and this is how he raises his price on the indies. Get a clue. My other question is, what were you going to Teddy Long's Twitter for? What information or entertainment was he providing from his Twitter that you're so upset that you're now blocked? Ah, shit. I can't read what's going on with Teddy. Nell said, I wonder if there's an app or something where you can block everyone who used a certain hashtag or phrase. Absolutely. There's definitely some mass blocking stuff. I was blocked by a guy who was very pro Bernie Sanders. I told this on the Long Hard Talk podcast 2 weeks ago. And it was weird because I said something about him years ago, and I was like, okay. I didn't think I said anything bad. Sean said, I'm not Teddy blocked, but now I have FOMO. Sean, go to Teddy Long's Twitter and tell me what I'm missing. Oh, Lord, it's so is this better? Or maybe I should, oh, Lord. There's too much light here. You never hear me complain about too much light. Whiskers is a cat said, I'm not Teddy blocked, but he also hasn't accepted my follow request. Uh-oh. Good luck with that quest. Mia said, maybe he got tired of saying you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Has anyone here seen Undertaker, a one dead man show? I heard he stole some of my material, and I'm really interested if that's the case, because I'll sue him. Sean said, the clips from Trombone Champ have left me in literal tears. They are so funny. I will also be playing the game. Spot Center said, have you ever been Teddy longed? I've longed for Teddy. Been in a one-on-one match, another guy interferes, then a friend of yours helps you, then the Teddy Long of the promotion made a tag match? Yes, I have multiple times, and it's exhausting. Double Whopper said, are you going to go fishing? Absolutely not. I have enough issues on dry land. A said, Teddy must be getting tired of tag teams. Positively E said, hi, RJ, don't be mean to Trent. He insulted me. Todd said, do you think Jim Ross enjoyed your interview? I saw him liking and retweeting compliments of the interview. So maybe, unless it's not him on there. He's just like, I can't handle this shit. I can't watch this. And he got somebody else to do it. Can I sit? What if this isn't going to help? Does this? No, it makes it worse. Okay. No, we'll do it like this. It's fine. Pam said good morning. Almighty Scorpion's been member for 4 months and said Teddy Long heel turn confirmed, and he did confirm it. Diadea said also, did you refer to Chaos as an umbrella corporation because Chuck Taylor is a big Resident Evil fan? I'll tell you something. Umbrella corporation was a term before Resident Evil. It's referring to a corporation that oversees a group of smaller companies. I'm speaking straight legalese, business talk, corporate speak. Happy Human Adventure said, I had no idea he liked Resident Evil. So do I. That's a thing that people don't know about me. Speaking of the trombone game, you reminded me of a game I want to recommend, Amanda the Adventurer. I'm Happy Human Adventures has the voice of Tony Randall in my head. It's like Dora the Explorer, but with a horror vibe. You should check out the trailer. I don't like Dora, and I don't want to be jump scared. What's wrong with you? Poe Girl said, good morning, cool cabin. Thanks, I built it myself. Let's go back here. A said, are you going to see the Winnie the Pooh horror remake? No, because I really didn't give a shit about Winnie the Pooh to begin with. I don't care. It's not even exciting to me. He's so boring. Aaron said, good rugged morning, everyone. Thank you. Nail said, I think you should write a novel about a guy going through the trauma of Mark Henry tearing their favorite book. Have it come out before the world's strongest book to cause some heat. Lest we forget, a couple weeks ago, Mark Henry called in and I titled his biography. Rob said, can I write the foreword to your novel? I feel like we're close enough now that this request is only partially weird and not full-blown weird. Yes, and speak to like how we've never actually met and you haven't read the book, but you trust that it's ultimately okay. Oh my God, I'm trying so desperately to block out the light here. Speaking of bears, said Austin, are there any bears around the cabin area? Not that I see and not that I wish to see. I'm not going to go out and look. Believe you, me. Believe you, me. Nell said, I wonder what kind of cookies are in that jar on the fridge. I think it's decorative. I think it's like a thing where you go, hey, wouldn't it be great if cookies were here? That kind of thing. Luke has a request, dramatic reading of John Cena's Right Now. Another guy, an up-and-comer, I'm really happy to give publicity to. Another weirdo Twitter. He follows me, and then he followed a bunch of people that I follow. I'm like, okay, are we getting? Can you throw a retweet at me? Can you retweet my Pro Wrestling Tees link? Would that kill you? Here's his fucking song. Dramatic reading. I'm not singing this shit. The Untouchable Cat, whose style is right. This sounds like the opening of Rum Tum Tugger. I can be mistaken for the smooth and silent type. My violence bites tight, like it was vampire's teeth. I'm hammering chief. I'm almost a beef. This is who we consider to be the greatest wrestling rapper of all time. You put to sleep my radical brain will run your terrain. I'm coming again. It's simple and plain. You're hurting. There's no numbing the pain. Whooping your frame. They're convex with ill text. I'm still flex. Kill specs on cassette decks. None of this makes sense. Mic checks and tight reps. This sounds like T.S. Eliot. These are the poems that T.S. Eliot threw out. Collect all live bets. We'll see how bright the lights get. The illest attack and fight with artillery, Jack. And physically smack them, verbally humble. You know, when I make up a song, it at least almost makes sense. So I gain possession, music moves in cycles, natural progression, thugonomics lesson is taught. You got the gist. Bust that. There's no chorus here. And that's the end. This is too long and too ridiculous. Trademark John Cena, assassinate the man, mainstream. You all know my steez. We're raising the bar. Yeah, you got the fucking gist. Colossal waste of a request, Luke. SM said the beard hits different in the cabin. Yeah, it really looks like I do stuff. Like I'm too busy working outside to shave. Human Invention says, is there a way to become a member to this channel without doing a monthly payment? I would be happy to just pay you one lump sum of money for a year. First of all, my question is, if there's no yearly discount, what difference does that make? Number one. Number two, I don't think there is. You'll have to click around, but I don't think someone else would be able to answer. I'm not sure. Megan said, if there are bears, if it's brown, low down. If it's black, fight back. And if it's white, say goodnight. Because apparently bears are shitty white men too. So if say goodnight, meaning I'm going to die. Say goodnight, bear. Goodnight, bear. Like a polar bear is going to kill me is what you're saying. Or it's like an albino bear. You're going to really need to clarify. You're giving out these warnings. Todd said, is GB Cooper there with you? He's cooping it up. Mr. Cooper's here, and we're just hanging. Go said, what? It would have fit perfectly. I know. I have it at home. It's in the home canister. Blue Meanie is here, and he said, good morning. I say, good morning to you. Blue Meanie has been making an ardent plea now that WrestleMania is coming to Philadelphia. He wants, a little ECW inclusion on the show. And I say, enjoy yourself. I say you put on your shorts, and there are plenty of other companies. If they don't give you the time of day, I say you say to hell with them, and then you turn on them completely and say you never wanted to deal with them to begin with, and then another place will scoop you up. During that time in Philadelphia, you put your shorts on, you stand on the corner of the street, and you will be there no matter what. You will be making a difference. I will use you. You can certainly be on we can have coffee and underwear. How's that for a consolation? Everyone's saying good morning to Meanie. Philip said, just got here. Nice cabin. Is this an Airbnb you're renting? No, I just broke in. I did a hike for about a half a day, and I broke in. They don't put locks on the doors here for some reason. It's real Mayberry vibes. Oh, Neil said, oh yeah, and Blue Meanie is one of the guys who was blocked by Teddy Long so long ago. Ironically. So I don't know what the hell did you do, Blue Meanie, to Teddy Long back in the day? Steve said, hello, Governor. Megan said, are there any odds on the Kerry Silken call today? Well, I always say if you mention his name enough times, he'll call in. But isn't it ridiculous that we saw him at AEW Grand Slam Dynamite on Wednesday for the Ring of Honor title match, and he got shoved by Chris Jericho? A frequent guest just appeared in front of thousands of people at Arthur Ashe Stadium, only to be shoved into a pole by Chris Jericho. Poor bastard. And I don't know which one I'm referring to. Sweet Monkey said, Teddy Long is still less of a true heel than we're finding out about Luigi Primo. Luigi makes the best pizza. Happy Human Adventure said, everybody requests a dramatic reading of something or other from RJ. Is there more to RJ than just dramatic readings? Yeah, there is. Do you play any instruments? I used to play piano. I don't really have one on me. Heather said, I feel so left out. I have no idea what's the deal with Teddy Long. I don't think anyone does. And that's what's bringing us all together. Luke said his name was Teddy Play Along, and it seems nobody was willing to cooperate, so he just shut it down. Nell said, nobody knows Heather. He just has a lot of people blocked. It's a mystery. Maybe he doesn't like people. That's totally fine. It's okay to block people. Normalize the block. Suplexer says, good morning, fine. Sir, I have a song request. The Littlest Hobo theme song. It's a beautiful song that seems right up your alley. Suplexer is not really quite sure how this works, but we will figure it out as we go. I've lost my place. I'm getting there. There we go. Spot Center said, how about these 15-year-olds shooting real guns in Kennywood Amusement Park near Pittsburgh? It was at each other, not in the arcade to win prizes. Yeah, that's horrible. And really discourages me from going out to events such as that. Vivian said, now the lighting makes it look like you're about to explain we've been in a coma for months before some dystopian adventure starts. This is the opening to The Odyssey, the Canadian children's program. Nell said, antlers on the wall. RJ, you were in a horror movie. Do not take drugs or have sex, and you'll survive until the end. So there's always one couple, middle of a horror movie, gotta fuck. Gotta get it in. They know the risk, but they're like, And then, but what's like, I understand the pleasure, but then afterwards, you're exhausted, you're tired, you want a nap. No wonder they die. Rob said, it looks small from the outside, but this is exactly how Ted Kaczynski's interiors look, because Rob was Ted Kaczynski's interior decorator. Isn't that fantastic? Megan said, the shadow is worse than the light. Move back. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Lauren said, hello, RJ and chat. My mom, Virginia, is here and very confused by this. Virginia, welcome. And I'm so sorry. And your son is trying his best. AKA Baldy said, have you spotted Mr. H since you've been in the cabin? Not Mr. H. Oh, Mr. H-man. No, not yet. Amanda said, I'm late, but this facial hair is hot. Well, thank you. I'm sure it'll go away at some juncture soon. Randy said, good morning, RJ. I missed it, but why are you in a cabin? Well, I'm writing a novel. Spot Center, not talking to me. Nail said, only RJ would go stay in a cabin with all that fresh air and stay indoors. Because shit does not happen to you inside. It's when you go out into the elements. It doesn't have fresh. It's horrifying. John said, you're a poet and you know it. I'm not. Rob said, plot twist. He's actually in Manhattan in the cabin on the roof of one of the skyscrapers in the Flatiron District. That would be a fun to put like a Ponderosa in Times Square and make it look like this. That would be very unique. Yolanda said, this can't be the lyrics. This is so trash. Yeah, that song is horrible. If you don't like people's stuff, you can say it. It's totally fine. Human Adventure said, speaking of Tony Randall, and you know I love to, you know he did a voice in the 1986 My Little Pony movie with Danny DeVito, who Jim Ross hates, Madeline Kahn, Cloris Leachman, and Rhea Perlman? I need to look up that trailer. I need to react to it. Oh my, I'm a little pony. Look at me galloping around. Oh, there are other little ponies here. No, I'm the littlest one. Nell said, is there still time to ask RJ? Yes. For my Key to the City members, you have until the end of the day to ask your questions in the Ask RJ. I will be recording it tomorrow at some juncture. Nels just thought of another question. Well, good for you. Ghost Forge said, tips on how to keep your teeth so white. Well, whitening gum, I chew it obsessively, multiple pieces. And in between each meal, I have mouthwash. I think that's also, it's very important, even if you're having coffee and stuff, between those meals and drinks like that, to get it off your teeth, you know, so it doesn't stain, it won't stain. And then you drink a lot of water. I think that's it. I don't do anything else crazy. Spot Center said, are the sodas mini here? I have not seen one soda. Luke said, you picked the wrong song. I demand a refund. It said John Cena right now, lyrics. I looked it up. Right now, song by John Cena and the trademark. These are the lyrics. Blame Google. It's not me. You're not getting shit. Mia said, why is RJ moody on my birthday as opposed to every other day? Aaron said, hit the like button to save RJ from Bears and or Kathy Bates. If Kathy Bates came in, I would say, you're a wonderful woman. Kill me however way you want. Knock yourself out. Do what you will with my body. Sean said, Twitch allows you to buy memberships for months up front. YouTube does not, unfortunately. I feel like YouTube will soon. They're really just taking the best parts of the Twitch and making them work here. So I'm sure it's coming. Neil said, I'm guessing they can make a big super chat, but it won't give access to the perks. Yeah, that's correct. Luke said, look forward to an apology for screwing me in 15 minutes. It's not, I Googled it. Google John Cena right now, lyrics. This horrible, wretched song comes up. Mia said, my parents had to pick me up, so I'm staying with them. What a way to spend my birthday. I think that's very sweet and nostalgic. I would like to spend my birthday with my parents. Simon, holy shit, has been a member for 29 months and says, good morning, great morning to you. Yolanda said, hey, Meanie, as a proud Philadelphian, I agree. If they don't get a good, I'm getting back there, I'll figure it out. If they don't get a good ECW something at the 2300 Arena, I will be disappointed. Hopefully GCW will do something. Blue Meanie said, I seriously don't know what I did for Teddy Long to block me. That was years ago. And that's what a pioneer Blue Meanie is. Wrestling, comedy, sure. ECW, absolutely. But getting blocked by Teddy Long, I mean, he is, the Christopher Columbus of that. In the sense that he said, how the fuck did this happen? Neil said, I watched Carrie get shoved live and I giggled. That's really mean. Mia said, I'm locked out of my house, so say something to make me smile or laugh on my day. Here's a reality. It's not your day. You're just pretending it's your day. You want to know how I know it's not your day? Because you've locked yourself out of your house. You framed it to be your day. It's no one's day, believe me. Every day. Happy Human Adventure said, I'll be very happy to share all the links you provide in your description below. Do you have anything else you would like us to share? No, that's it. Luke said, Mia, tell him to actually find the correct lyrics to Right Now. He botched it big time. It's a beautiful birthday power ballad. No, I'm looking at it and I did it and it's wretched. Sweet Monkey Tuesday said, with the lighting difference, depending on where RJ stands, he could pull off a Gollum. Gee, thanks. Guard Swan said, a rustic. Hello to you all. And I guess it is. Happy Human Adventure said, a great cabin movie is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It is a good movie. Heather said, happy birthday, Mia. And I'm so sorry you're locked out. Here's a joke. All right, here's a joke from Heather. So if it sucks, not my problem. 2 goldfish are in their tank. One turns to the other and says, you man the guns and I'll drive. You see, they're goldfish in an army tank. They've joined the military. There was a draft. There was a goldfish draft, and poor young men and women were harmed that day. And goldfish. Think of the goldfish. And that's why I always, every time I pass an aquarium, I salute and I say thank you for your service. Rod said, I like to imagine that RJ is preparing for a park ranger role in a new Yogi Bear movie. Here's my line. Yogi! Mia said, apparently I'm getting a hurricane in Florida and people are going crazy. We have no water. Yeah, Mia, this is not your day. DNC said, good morning, sir. I had Quizzlemania on with Sean Rassap, of which we won and were never invited back. Your description of Katie Vick was hilarious, which I've totally forgotten. Congrats on everything. Thank you, DNC. Ponderosa, I liked her as champion, said Sweet Monkey Tuesday, and I'll let you wrestle with that one. Nail said, Mia, maybe it's good to be with your parents, then buckle down. I'll say, Johnny Knapp said, this is my first coffee and underwear stream. I'm glad to be here after watching you with Greg and Dustin. Well, thank you, Johnny, and please go like that video and say, this was a good video. You should do more. It's very helpful. I think Tony reads the comments. Amanda said, I'm so excited you're going to be at Old Wrestling in Detroit. I will be coming for sure. Well, that is delightful. Howard said, where's Danhausen? And to which I reply, how the fuck would I know Hausen? Christine said, I have nothing clever to say. Oh, she's been a member for 14 months. But I want this comment highlighted nonetheless. What a waste. Bask in my mediocrity. Lord, we are all doing it with each other. Nail said, happy cultiversary. Christine said, do what you want with my body is a good sign candidate. I think it's a good t-shirt, too. It's something you would see at the beach. If you go to Myrtle Beach, I think you'll see somebody with that shirt. Pam said, you look like Johnny Depp in the suspense movie Secret Window. Add your glasses. Oh, yeah, I remember that movie. And when I say I remember it, I remember seeing the cover of that movie. Okay, Gamer said, in honor of the cabin, please sing the Trail of the Lonesome Pine. You will not believe it. I can't take it over here because we're plugged in. But framed over here is the sheet music of the Trail of the Lonesome Pine, a song that is not only public domain, but a song that I know, even though it's, inaccurate for where I am because there seems to be many pine here. It can't be, there's too many pines. But I'll do my best. While I press my coffee. On a mountain in Virginia stands a lonesome pine. Just below is the cabin home of a little girl of mine. Her name is June, and very, very soon she'll belong to me. For I know she's waiting there for me 'neath that lone pine tree. In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine, in the pale moonshine, our hearts entwine, where she carved her name and I carved mine. Oh, June, like the mountains I'm blue, or like the pine, I am lonesome for you. In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. Well, wasn't that both nice and appropriate? Thank you, OK Gamer. Miss Sandy said, Teddy Long didn't block me on Twitter, but Paul White did. I blame Ryback. I don't know what happened there. I would love to get Paul on AEW. It's so crazy how many we've done. We've done almost 30 episodes. And then how many I'm like, I need this person. I need this person. And you're like, okay. So God willing, it continues. Have we been renewed? Suplexus has said, hey, RJ, have you been watching the Dahmer show on Netflix? You know, I've been watching so many shows. And one I haven't been watching is the Dahmer show on Netflix. I have no interest. I don't want a dramatization of this horrible person's life. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? I don't even have a morbid interest. Isaiah Cross said good morning. Good morning to Isaiah Cross. If you're not familiar with Isaiah Cross, go follow him on his YouTube, like his stuff. He's an up-and-coming young wrestler. You have to come up, and you have to come up. Instead of, like me, I guess I would be down and going. He's up-and-coming. He's a tall drink of water, and he's got big boots, and he kicks people in the face. And I've not wrestled him yet, but if I ever do, I'll be sure to duck. Shaggy, I was wondering why you were cold towards Trent in the beginning of AEW, then the line he said about me at the end, and now I know. Yeah, I had a lot of animosity, and it was eventually aired out. I'd rather get Sue, let's be honest. Spy Center said, did you play with Lincoln Logs as a youth? I did. My grandmother, only when I went to my grandmother's, she had like my mother's. So she kept all those toys and just dumped them on me. SM wants an 80s love ballad about Kathy Bates. Oh, you said ballad. I'm swimming in the lake of love. And there's one, only one that I'm thinking of. But I've been swimming all day. Boom, 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 boom. And it's now getting late. Boom, 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 boom. But now in the water, I see some bait. Boom, 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 boom. I'm swimming over. The bait looks good. I hope it reels me to my neighborhood. I bite the bait. It hooks my mouth. It reels me in. It's Kathy Bates. She's looking good and not too shoddy. Kathy, baby, do what you want to my body. Kathy Bates. That was the Kathy Bates song. Hooked on Kathy Bates, I think is the name of the song. Can you tell I've never heard an 80s ballad before? Val Pancakes is here. Hello, Val. Randy Ibb said, do I want pancakes or French toast for breakfast? You want pancakes. Rachel said, I feel like, has been a member for 16 months, and she said, I feel like asking for my old favorite, the hair shakeout, but I also feel like I have to pay actual money for that. Yeah, fair. You'll get that. You'll get a ponytail flip right now. That's the compromise. You get this. Which I should never do. It looks terrible. Brandon said, great job on TV guidance counselor. Ken Reed is a gem. Seriously. One of my favorite podcast appearances. I was so honored to be on TV guidance counselor. The same show that fucking Dave Thomas and Frank Santopadre were on. Go listen to it if you haven't. It's me talking for 2 hours, literally mainly about Lawrence Welk. Neil said, happy cultiversary. Rachel. Austin said, I really got to rewatch Secret Window. There's a Rear Window board game, not Secret Window. Secret Window, I don't give a shit about. There's a Rear Window board game. It looks delightful. Alea said, Twitter Spaces definitely needs a chat. I know. It's just for good people who want to listen in and sometimes talk if they want. You can comment. You actually tweet it, and I can see the tweet. But nevertheless, you're on YouTube now. Stay there. Heather said, I'm going to be odd man out. French toast. Nobody asked your opinion, Heather. Bebe said, I and my now ex-wife, couldn't imagine why, used to watch you faithfully, but those days are over. But I'm still here for you, baby face. Well, yeah, I mean, you guys broke up. It's not my fault. I think your marriage ended. That's what happened. I hope at least the divorce was amicable and sorted. That's my only concern, is the division of shit. Todd Simmons is here. Hello, Todd, and said, I'm now looking forward to tracking down your novel using the library's Dewey Decimal System. Well, once I know the title, I'll tell you how to find it. It's good. Those librarians know their stuff. Nell said, RJ, I saw Dalton wrestle live at Grand Slam. I'm crossing lots of wrestlers off my bucket list. It's going to be just your name written on a piece of paper soon. Well, you got to get out more. So to all the shows I'm at. Dawn Marie said, good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you, Dawn. Sweet Monkey said, fun fact, it was the trail of the Twin Pines before some kid went back in time and took down the tree. Johnny Knapp said, I hope my neighbors are enjoying this ballad. Me too. It's a good song. Christine said, that made me happy. Thank you, Jessamine. Luke said, wow, the correct song request, beautifully sung. How nice. Yeah, because it's not written like a piece of shit. Nail said, no suplex. He does them for $5 and can be anything as he does them RJ style. Rod said, is Paul White as hot as Andre? Well, if I got him in the chair, I can answer that question for you. Amanda has been a member for 7 months, is making a request for old merch. I have a plan for it. It's coming. Hang tight. I love the Facebook glitchy still up ones. I know I'm not alone. Holidays are coming up. Best gift. Okay, I'll do my best. Johnny said, speaking of Hey W, how likely is a Soraya episode? Don't ask me. I'm down. I've interviewed plenty of people. It's up to them. Will they do it? I do not know. Isaiah Cross said, appreciate that, sir. How's the cabin? What a sweet man. The cabin is ruining me from the inside. The lonesomeness is eating away at me like a termite, and I'm a mighty oak just standing there stuck in my own solitude. But it smells great. Kali said, good morning, RJ. What up, dude, my friend? That's too much at once. Nail said, I can't wait for the great Muda's Hey W. I'm hoping RJ will wear a full-face plastic visor. Just let's keep the show going. Support it, like it, share it, so we can get the great Muda and Tony show maybe together for Christmas. Mikey G has a 60-second scene request. A private investigator on the trail of the Lonesome Pine. So there I walked. The leaves, the branches crunching beneath my feet. Who is there? Anyone? There's certainly a lot of trees. What kind of trees? Oaks, willows, weeping willows. I knew a willow. She was quite a weeper herself. There's a fir, a Douglas fir. And Douglas, I had my dalliance with him, and I've never seen a furrier man, to be honest with you. There's bushes, there's shrubs, there's phobiaries, there's a lot of ficus. But what I don't see a lot of are pines. There's not too many pines here. In fact, if you didn't walk for long, you might think there would be no pines. But I see one off in the distance. It's a fine pine. It's the finest pine I've ever seen. Why? Because it's so lonesome. Who heard it? Who deserted it? Who left it there by itself with no other pines? A whole family of pines, a gaggle of pines, if you will. He seems to be deserted. Did he come from a broken home? Was he planted in an act of defiance? Was there no pines native to this area? I must find out, for I am on the trail of the Lonesome Pine. I gotta call Douglas. And scene. That was my tree detective character, which I didn't know I had. Nell said, Rob and I are feeling this Kathy ballad. Thank you. Vivian said, have a great day. Cat meeting beckons. Enjoy yourself. And enjoy the Ozarks. Do you know you have to basically submit a background check to adopt a cat now? Yes, you should. Anytime you adopt any sort of animal, they should be treated like people because they can't handle their own shit. People, after a while, figure it out. Even if you leave a baby in the woods, they'll figure it out at some point. Megan said, it's the return of the do. I love that this is the background for every song here. Just the continuity is just magic. Spot Center said, are you rooting for Dalton Castle in this year's IWC Super Indie Tournament? Or is it Channing Decker, Calvin Tankman, Delirious, Derek Dillinger, Brian Pillman Jr., Dak Draper, or IWC's own Cole Carter? I hope none of them win, and I hope the tournament gets thrown out. You know, I won it in a way that nobody has won it since. Just saying. SM said, over 100 people here. Hit the like button. Rachel said, all of a sudden, a bunch of us want to be Kathy Bates. You should want to be Kathy Bates regardless. Christine said, I'm in tears. That was fantastic. Nell said, Roger Rabbit is great too. Happy human. Tony Storm reminds me of that. Oh my God. You think Tony Storm reminds you of Christopher Lloyd? Speaking, I would sign up for Christopher Lloyd OnlyFans. SM said, I miss David. I'm sure he misses himself too. Joe says, bet you didn't wear the Lawrence Welk shirt. That was recorded before I got the Lawrence Welk shirt. He edited, but you tape it like a month before. Rod said, who's your favorite animated character? I want it to be Hong Kong Phooey because of Scatman Crothers. I love how horrific Don Knotts looks in those Scooby-Doo movies. They're so weird. I also loved Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. That one is great. And somebody made a custom action figure of them, and it's amazing. Oh, Lord, I've lost my place. Judge Doom. That's who Christopher Lloyd was. Mass Sanity said, Ted Danson was a previous guest on the TV Guidance Council podcast. You see the caliber I'm at now? I'm at fucking dancing caliber. Don't have the followers, don't have the money, but I'm on the same podcasts. Human Adventures of Christopher Lloyd played Judge Doom in Roger Rabbit. Yes. Or was it Bailiff Doom? Mass Sanity said, if you were to pick a wrestler to use as Muppaphones, if I was to pick wrestlers to use as Muppaphones, who would they be? Oh, I want a row of Keith Hotz because he's adorable. Nug is here, and he said, good morning, all. I have played the Rear Window board game, and it's great. Also, RJ, can we talk about old wrestling? We can talk about it. I always say, if I wasn't even on the show, which who knows if I really am in what capacity, it's not me, it's RJ Metropolis, my ancestor. I encourage you to go to that show, whether I'm on it or not, because it's so fantastic. It's such a wonderful time. It's a wonderful show. The Detroit show is in this distillery. I'm sure it's where hipsters get married, but nevertheless, you'll have a nice time. And it's in the middle of downtown Detroit, which is also great because it's very barren and not that busy. So it's a nice, if it was in the middle of Manhattan, I would be exhausted. But old wrestling, you're going to love yourself no matter what. And Dalton is on the show. How can you lose? Many ways. But how else can you? Luke said the correct damn song wasn't written like shit, but clearly RJ's stubborn, RJ. So I will back down from this for now. I looked it up. You look it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Heather said, this is making me want to watch Twin Peaks today. Oh, now I'm scared. Why the fuck did you say that, Heather? Bassett said, hello from Pakistan, my naked friend. What's your favorite Monk episode? Mine is the one where Sarah Silverman cameos as a stalker. You know what? I would agree. I like that one. She's good. I wish she did more dramatic roles. I think Parker Posey was on one. Am I crazy? But no, I enjoy that one. I just like Monk. I like a good fat slice of Monk. Manuel said, RJ City is a national treasure, to which I will remind you, I'm a dual citizen. Johnny said, can I pitch getting you on Dark Elevation commentary with Excalibur and Daddy Magic? First of all, will Daddy Magic still be on commentary now that he's wrestling? I do not know. It's an interesting question. And number two, sure, but make it good. Don't pitch like shit. Positively, he said, baby raised by wolves. What is this, Super Lovers? I always used to see those like 2020 stories about babies raised by wolves. Luke said, I'm being jumped more than the NXT parking lot. We have heat. Well, what else is new? Nell said, apparently there's a guinea pig crisis in New York City. People bought them during the pandemic, and now there's an influx of them being surrendered to shelters. I think they should check all pet owners. Which reminds me, my mother as a child had a pet alligator. That was a thing. And when they got too big, it was in like a basin, and then it was in a tub. And when it got too big, they flushed them down the toilet, and that's how they got like that rumor that alligators are in the sewers, because they fucking were. It's crazy. Amanda said, old wrestling is so amazing. The Lady Cleveland show was beautiful. Cannot wait for Detroit. Neil said, think of Judge Doom next time Tony's music hits. You'll see it. All right. Neil said, can we stream old wrestling? I don't know. It is available online after, for sure, at some juncture. Miss Sandy said, did you ever see the Dick Tracy cartoon? If so, did you see it before certain characters were removed? I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm going to go back after this is over and fucking find out. That sounds like a mess. Neil said, Luke, oh, we're all still yelling at Luke. Luke, we know the song you mean, and it's great. But if you Google the lyrics, it gives you the lyrics. RJ said, try it. I stand by my decision. Randy Ipps said, do you still keep in touch with Xavier Woods? Oh, you mean the guy who promised that I would be on Battle of the Bands? Battle of the Bands. The guy who said I would play my band show? The guy who said I'll be on Battle of the Brands. I was like, great. And I cleared it and I was ready and I got all my shit together. I'm waiting for months and I hear nothing. And he's like, oh, it's a long-term process. And the next thing you know, I'm shit canned. What kind of scam is that guy running? Talk about an umbrella corporation. So no, I haven't spoken to him in a long time. I'm not going to be on his show anytime soon. I'm doing my own one. It's called Brand Time. Johnny said, we need to comment more. RJ has almost caught up. What's your favorite episode of Community? Not really crazy about that show. I haven't seen I haven't seen it. It's a show that was always on. I was like, but I didn't get in. It was on, not in. Diadea said, I wonder why people chose to adopt guinea pigs out of all animals they could have picked, because they seem to take the least amount of work, but that's not true. SM said, people should know they get what RJ said regardless of the request. Yeah, I'm running a business here, not a catering service. Human Adventure said, apparently Greg Helms is on his way to Orlando, and he's coming through like a fierce hurricane. So everyone, please stand back. Don Marie said, you really would be amazing on commentary. Thank you, John. Austin said, I watched the movie Serial Mom last night, and Don Knotts made a cameo in the form of a painting. Whoa. I'm well framed. Was that it, pretty much? Seeley said, hi, haven't been able to join live for a while. Oh, Lord, where did we go? For a hot moment. Glad I can be this morning. Thank you, C. Human Adventure said, I've seen a couple old wrestling on YouTube, and MJF is a character called Sandy Bunker. Do I need to say more? Mia said, RJ should go on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. I did Family Feud, and the next stop for me is Match Game. Really, realistically. Or Pyramid. Heather said, Austin, I've never noticed that. Where is it in the movie? Yeah, where's this Don Knotts painting cameo? Christine has gifted 5 memberships, which is continually sweet of her. Dawn Marie, Seeley, Bucephus, Basalphus, Besalphus, and Tinderest was gifted a membership. Hayden was, and Allie M. That's very sweet. Massanity said, Furley or Roper? With Roper, the mistake people make is that they don't include Audrey, the wife. So it's really an apples and oranges. It's 2-1, totally different dynamic. So I abstain from making a final judgment. Luke said, I wouldn't misbehave under my real name. I just wanted to make RJ admit that he was wrong, and he never will. So it's a fun game because I wasn't wrong. So I'm not going to lie about it. It would be wrong if I lied about it. Christine is coming in hot with the gifts. Luke said, don't worry, Nails. I'll tweet him the video in all its topless glory after the stream. What the fuck are we talking about? Messani said Match Game was canceled. Yeah, but like every 5 years it comes back. Nail said, I'll back that up, Luke. Now we're still arguing with Luke. Johnny said, have you ever saved a dog? I saved a dog once kayaking. It fell into a lake, and me and my dad were kayaking, and we rescued it. And there was French people walking by, and they yelled, Le chien. Or is that cat? Le chien. No, that's le chat. It's the Le chien. I remember. I have no idea where the fuck we were, but I did do that. Will Hat said, yes, absolutely Match Game. Rachel said, oh, it's kind of late, but what about the Bob Eubanks emails? How did you end up emailing him? I emailed, and I should do a members exclusive video talking about this in great detail. But at one point, we were almost doing a little talk show thing that we had to get together very quickly, and we needed a guest. And it was I had a really good joke about Bob Eubanks, and I wanted to get him. And we tried to get him, and he had just had like a major surgery or something. So he was taking time off, but he was really nice and really sweet. And I was like, I like this guy. I'm just going to email him happy birthday and Merry Christmas. He's a very sweet guy to email. Wonderful Bob Eubanks. Human Adventure said, what's one of your favorite places you have ever visited? I liked Tuscany. Matt Sandy said, have you ever seen the Max Game Hollywood Squares Hour? How much of a wonderful disaster that was? That's because the drink cart was raided very early on. Austin said, Heather, it's in the flea market scene after Beverly's second victim. That's when the Don Knotts cameo appears. C said, the lighting in the cabins makes sections of your hair look blue, or maybe I've just dyed it. Maybe it's a hip new gimmick. Heather said, thank you. I guess I'm watching Serial Mom at work today instead of Twin Peaks. Thank God. Bassett said, I was obsessed with Community when it first came out. Something about a brown pop culture nerd playing Meta Jesus piqued my interest. I mean, I understand the appeal. It never hooked me like Kathy Bates did. Amanda said, just because you're truly a gem, but also this hair shakeout at the end before you're okay. Here it is. We're shaking it out. Here, I gotta get out of the light so you can even see it. That's better. Are we fucking happy now? Dear Lord, that was a lot. Nell said, I'm really hoping Bigfoot peers through the window in the door. This is very Harry and the Hendersons. Luke said, I'm offering my hand, RJ. You were right about the Google thing, but I'll tweet you the video for the actual song for you to enjoy, and we can call it even. Deal? Sure. Megan said, Bigfoot equals Carrie Silkin. He's here to tell you stories. I wonder how big his feet actually are. Austin said, go for it, Heather. I might watch it again tonight. Everyone loves Amanda. Josh said, speaking of Serial Mom, what's your favorite John Waters movie? I did like Hairspray. I thought it was good. Oh my God. Didn't he do Cecil B. Demented? What a late 90s pull that was. I liked that one when I was a kid. Jay said, happy 77 days of me annoying RJ City until he acknowledges his film Monster Brawl as a certified masterpiece, a work of cinematic genius. Moving on. Suplexus said, I'd like to see an AW Road 2 episode with RJ and Danhausen, but done like cash cab. Okay, so give me $100 in cash and I'll see what I can do. Tom said, have you ever considered becoming a Mexican citizen so you can be a citizen of all North America? I'm actually eligible for my UK citizenship, but it's not when you're Canadian already. It's really not necessary. Seth said, that was intense. Randy said, your hair reminds me of Peter Avalon. Hair versus hair match soon. There's not enough fucking money in the world. C said, that hair shakeout was intense. I appreciate it. Everyone said, so sassy. That was seriously aggressive. Don't get mad. Thank you. Zoel said, the show flew by. Have a great day and week ahead. Reishi hair shakes are awesome. The hair shakes is a wonderful. Positively E said, that hair shake is a future gift. I'm sure it is already. Looking forward to your reaction on the My Little Pony trailer. Have a most wonderful day. Well, thank you, everyone. Luke caught me after the aggressive hair shake. Sorry. Baby said the Chicago Film Archives on YouTube have lots of old wrestling matches to watch. Yes, they have. I think that's how I found Larry Shane, who I brought up on another upcoming podcast. Luke said, an Irish passport is more useful. UK is next to useless now. Well, I'm not going anytime soon. Mikey said, Cecil B. Demented was wild. The celebratory orgy towards the end. And name one person who hasn't been in that scenario before. You don't want to have a morning orgy. You want to have a celebratory one. Sweet Monkey said, I'm from the UK. It's a place to avoid at that moment. Yeah, I'm not globe hopping anytime soon. Positively E said, RJ has heat with PPA. No, I don't want to get my hair cut. What the hell is wrong with you? And neither does he, quite frankly. Sean said, what do you say about people who ask you about getting a haircut? I say, oh, no. It's very simple. Mia said, go Bucks versus Packers. Yeah, football time. Everybody football time. Nail said, I don't want to see either of them cut their hair. Pigtails or samurai bun, please. I'm not doing pigtails. I only have one hair tie. Zoel said, as the Mexican delegation representative to this cult, I grant him honorary Mexican citizenship. Well, let's have a celebratory orgy. Happy Human Adventure said, I once went to an Insane Clown Posse concert. My apologies. For my younger cousin. Smelled like Faygo Pop and weed when I left. What did you smell like when you came in? Daya said, have a great day and a great week, everyone. Going to rewatch the Hey W Best Friends episode again. Please do watch it. Go watch it. Go like it. Go comment. Go share. Go share it on Twitter. Tony tweets back. I did that thing about doing the Sting entrance at Grand Slam, and he answered it. So the guy obviously reads things. SM said, RJ giving Gildar in the Woods vibes. Don't I always? Nell said, there's the sign. Christine said, now I'm going to say everybody football time. That's the new, are you ready for some football? Will had said, wait, there are orgies here? I mean, not here. You just got to jingle your keys and people come running. All right, that's the show. Let's get a final look at these. Go look. Calvin Klein's, you get the gist. Final look at the cabin. Isn't this something, everyone? Sure it is. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless.